The current state of anime games isn't that great. Well, that's kind of an understatement. Constantly not giving talented developers enough time or money, and sometimes just making straight up extremely questionable decisions. They deserve better, the intellectual property deserves better, and most of all, so do you. So I'm here to offer you an amazing alternative. But first, let's take a look at two recent anime games, Curse Clash and Ultra Rumble. What do these games both have in common? They're both fun, but a little bit shit. And to be fair, a little bit is probably an understatement too.
This game treats unlockables like a mobile game, and by that I mean it's just terrible.
That's for damn sure. This is not worth the money at all.
That JJK is not all bad. It's just a little bad. No, it's bad. Should you buy? How much is this game at full price?
$60?
Woof!
In Curse Clash, the combat is really fun, and the concept of only being able to do damage with curse techniques is a breath of fresh air because of how unique it is. But that's where the positives end, and the weight of the cons for this game far outweigh the pros. The vast majority of ults lack any kind of oomph, hype, or impact, which should usually be some of the main factors of an ult. The models look weird as shit sometimes.
What the hell?
The joint attacks run into the same issues as the ults. The movement feels floaty but somehow finds a way to still feel rigid and stiff. And the home screen looks like a DVD menu from 2006. And there's many more issues this game has. It's very clear that there were talented developers working on this game. Just take a look at these visual effects, they're great. But they were not provided with enough time and money to make the game as great as they could. And we ended up with one of the most refunded AAA games of all time. It's a fun game at times, but this is shit. Now let's talk Ultra Rumble. The gameplay is also fun, but in this case, the developers were clearly given enough time and money to make it as clean as it is. It's well designed, aside from a few characters' kits who can feel extremely unfair to fight against, especially in certain conditions. But as a whole, that part of the game is good. But similar to Curse Clash, the cons are really bad. So bad that they've actively reduced the player base by a massive amount. The monetization and consumer friendliness is the biggest issue, and it's gotten worse over time, much worse. So picture this. Imagine hitting up the beach with your friends and being told you need to hit up a casino down the street in order to have a random chance at seeing the ocean. That's basically what's going on in Ultra Rumble. There's plenty of characters locked behind the gacha, and now an entire moveset for a character locked behind it too. You have to gamble for that shit. There is no alternative.
I have a mental illness. I want to swim.
To tie it back to my first statement, this isn't as scummy as locking content behind an RNG paywall. But the reason it is scummy is because they're locking gameplay behind an RNG paywall, which arguably is still pretty shitty. If you want to experience the gameplay your favorite character provides, you better run your fucking pockets. If you play the game, you may have realized that you've got these weird things here. These allow you to basically try out a character that you don't have for free, but you consume one of these each time and they regenerate every 8 hours. Or at least that's how it used to work. Now, the newer the character, the more of these it consumes. So you gotta wait an entire day to play twice if you didn't get lucky whilst gambling for him.
I have a mental illness. I want to swim.
While gambling, you can do 20 rolls to buy him off rip with pity points. And out here, each roll is 20 bucks. You do the math. There are ways to roll for free, but they've been gutted ridiculously hard, so good luck on that front. Fun game, but this is shit. We're in an era of shit mainstream anime games. They may be fun, but that's the bare minimum for a video game. Which is why I'm here to put you on to one of my favorite series of all time. And if you're already into it, then I guess sit back and watch me glaze it, I guess. I'm someone who loves spoilers, leaks, and data mines, but not everyone is like that, so I'm gonna try and keep this as spoiler free as possible. So we're not going over anything story related unfortunately, but the story is a phenomenal experience. And I'm gonna try and keep this as short as possible too, to not waste your time, but I don't know how well I'm gonna do in terms of that. And with that said, Inazuma 11 is amazing. Apart from Aries and Orang, we don't fuck with that shit around here.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
The series has such an unparalleled charm, from their sprite work to animated cutscenes, from their backstories to character design. And it's a fucking football game. Or soccer as some of you Americans call it. And in terms of charm, let's not forget the star of the show, the special moves. It's not a complex power system like other games and animes, the characters just train until they can pull off a move. But there's quite a wide spectrum of what moves can consist of, from mochi to meteors, from planets to penguins. There is no end to the creative carnival of colourful combat. This variety and out-of-the-box application of powers and abilities to the sport keeps things fresh and enjoyable, regardless of how many times you turn on the game. Now let's take a deeper look into the combat. Not too deep though, so you'll still be able to get that enjoyment and wonder that comes with trying out a new game's battle system. Firstly, it's a football game. Your main goal is to make your team work as a cohesive unit in order to outscore the other team. Players are autonomous and can basically function on their own. But who the fuck would want to play the game like that? You're an artist and the pitch is your canvas, and it's time to bring your masterpiece to life. Draw lines, curves, and circles from your players and they'll follow the lines. Tap on a teammate to pass to them, tap on an opposing player and they'll rush over to mark them. Press this T-shaped button here and they'll choose from a range of different tactics, which are similar to special moves but include more of the team to work together and provide some type of tactical benefit. This button allows you to summon Cthulhu out of your cheeks.
What the fuck is that?
Just like in the Premier League. I don't watch football. Within each game, the foundation remains pretty much the same, but as you progress through the games, new mechanics and features are added. For example, Inazuma 11 2 introduced block shots and move evolution. Inazuma 11 3 introduced the much awaited and loved chain shots, as well as one of the worst fucking scouting systems known to man. Like, what the fuck is this? I'm not gonna get into stats, move slots and commandos for a few reasons. They function differently between generations, they're somewhat self-explanatory, and I've already covered them a lot on this channel. So go run me my watch time after this video. And I think it's best you experience and play around with that stuff yourself, since they're some of the most fun parts of the game and make the characters feel very fleshed out and alive. Ace Striker Sengoku for the win. Something else that adds to the gameplay experience is the stages. In OG, they're just regular football fields and pitches, however in Go 1 to Go 3, special effects take place once the game commences. From low gravity to a pinball field, there's a variety of effects that keep matches fresh and unpredictable. It's a pretty great feature since variety fights boredom and monotony and gives you a reason to keep playing as well, since you never know what could happen. On the topic of variety, they are quite literally, and I mean literally, thousands of characters to choose from. So regardless of your taste in character design, I can guarantee there is definitely someone for you. And for those of you who are dirty dub lovers, we have localized names for characters. So you don't have to spend 30 minutes struggling to wrap your tiny brain around how you correctly pronounce this. But then again, I can't really pronounce this, so who's the real small brain here? If the gameplay I've previously shown doesn't speak to you, then there's always the Strikers series. It's a much more straightforward, somewhat more casual, and visually appealing game than the main series titles for the most part. One of the most important parts of the gameplay experience that I haven't got into yet is the music. It's gorgeous, and all the music you've heard up until now has been from the Inazuma 11 series. Some of them are fan covers too, so make sure to go check those guys out too. And hopefully this video doesn't get copyright strike because of that, and I make my monthly 2 pennies off of it. On the topic of money, unlike the other game series we mentioned before, this one actually gives you your money's worth, due to not only just the high quality, but essentially infinite playtime, infinite possibilities, and infinite fun. To put that into perspective, Me and many others still play the first game, and that shit came out in 2008. Every game in this series, to this day, still has an active player base, so regardless of which one your favorite is, or how long ago it came out, there are people to play it with in the community. This speaks volumes about how well thought out each and every game is, as well as how much time, energy, care, and love went into each one. I think this point in particular is incredible, and I didn't even consider it at first. I like playing football every now and then, but I'm not an actual fan of the sport.
There is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression, there is no fucking mindset in this football club.
I couldn't give a damn about watching football, but I love Inazuma 11. It's kind of like Haikyuu but on crack and in a video game form. Volleyball is fun, but who really gives a shit about it? But Haikyuu is so incredible that people love it, and many people have probably gotten into volleyball because of it. And this is due to the experience and quality being top tier. The same goes for Inazuma 11. I truly believe you're actively doing yourself a disservice by depriving yourself of this series. I've been into Inazuma 11 since around 2009, 2010, and joined the community in like 2018. And so far it's been an amazing experience, apart from a few up and downs here and there. There is a game on the horizon, and by that I mean a game was announced 8 fucking years ago and it's been delayed every year for the past 6 years. But there is a beta supposedly coming out supposedly coming out next month, and they're claiming the game is gonna release this year. Just like the year before that, and 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 the year before that. But not the year before that, since the game got fucking cancelled. But 8 years is a long time. So surely the full game is gonna be good, right? Right? If you've watched this far, thank you so much for your time. This video took a while to make. Hopefully I got this out before the Victory Road beta drops, but we'll see. And yeah, go play Inazuma 11. It's a great series, very fun. There's a bunch of different Discord servers you could join to play with other people, and hopefully the Victory Road beta doesn't get delayed. I feel as if it's either gonna come out on March 31st, or I think it's not gonna come out, or maybe it'll get delayed to like later in the year or something. I've reworked memberships on the channel, so now there's an option for like 99 pence and 2.99. Feel free to use those to support the channel. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, I guess. I don't know what that's gonna be. I don't have anything planned, so we'll see.